Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Give Sense Night 2, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me, the Queen's back. Alright guys, so I wanted to do this video to the one and only, the legendary, the Queen of Tejano music herself, Selena Quintanilla. And I have really been, looking back at her legacy, and, I really love this woman so much. She's another one of my favorite artists. She's one of my, favorite singers, entertainers of all time, period. And being a Selena fan, I must say, it's really good to go back to the foundation where she came from, and she put in the hard work and sacrifice, and how, I don't care what nobody says, Selena is another artist that she will forever be missed. I mean, it's like she really was rocking. So I'm going to talk about her legacy, and I see how her fans have really, throughout the years, they continue to support her, even after she passed on. Even, her family, they still carry her legacy alive, because the thing about Selena is pretty much a bittersweet thing, because she really was a force to be reckoned with. She was already successful. She deserved more. She deserved to really catapult into higher success in her music career. And we all know the dreadful story, the ending of her life, which, like I said, I don't care what nobody says. It's pretty much, like I said, clear that, her light will always continue to shine, but the thing is, with Selena and her legacy, what I love about, especially behind the scenes, that even throughout, her career, and throughout, her, even the longevity after she passed on, what I notice about is a great thing, because I always see her merchandises. I always see every time her name is mentioned, she's still being adored, she's still being admired, she's still being amongst one of the best and the greats. And the thing about Selena Quintanilla is, like, she just has so much full of life, so much energy, and that raw high talent that she had. And she really broke down doors for other Latin artists in music. She pretty much, was like one of the well-known Mexican Latin artists as a Latina to really break through into the pop Latin music flavor of even into the mainstream world. And this is why I always have said fans should really be mindful of allowing their favorite artists to really tap into their creativity and really get into their artistry, because I'm going to tell you something, artists that really have it in them to really change barriers and to break free into, the mainstream world, fans should allow them to, be themselves and stand on their own 2 feet and be themselves, period. They can only be the next artist for themselves. Yeah, we see the comparisons, and that's cool, but Selena pretty much, I would say, she's pretty much like the godmother of Latin music, and it's a good way, because she has paved the way for other female Latin artists, Latina artists that, really look up to her, really admire her, really have been cited her as a huge influence in their music, and they make great music as well too. But I do hear her legacy, and I do hear her influences in other Latin artists' music. And really, to be honest, as we look back into her career, she definitely just really was just so amazing. Like, watching her live performances, that woman could sing and dance at the same time. She had it in her, period, at such a young age. And even as, like I said, she definitely, just look at her look at her style. There's pretty much no one like her. I love how even in the documentary, like, where people's like, even in where pop musicians and pop stars in media, you had like the blonde, that look, and and it was a cool look too, but with Selena, she was so different and unique, and that's what made people brought her to their attention. The way how she had that beautiful black long hair, her, she just had so much of that flavorful and that, like, more like that. She just had like that really, it's kind of like with her, she just had something so it really, like I said, she's a gem in music. And the reason why I say this is that looking back at her albums, and I'm gonna listen to more of her music more, but she definitely had that natural appeal. She was authentic for herself, and she really worked hard to really make sure that she was going to maintain the image that really represented herself as a woman. And especially when it came to down to like her music, she really elevated and really matured, and then really took the world by storm. Because as we look at it nowadays in music, I try to give new artists a chance, these current artists a chance, and I do see that real authenticness in them. You know, I really do see it. And I think that for her, she definitely started something that was kind of like a, I don't know, it was something that people never really heard of her before, never really seen of her before. But I think that with her, she definitely made sure that she was going to really rock it. And I like that she was very humble. She loved what she loved to do. She loved her fans. She loved her audience, and she really took, you know, into her personal experiences in her music. That's why her fans really connected with her more. And I think that she was able to just really utilize what she was able to do in music. And I think that was really cool for her to do that, because I do see how even most of the Latin artists I hear today, most of their music, they stem from a little bit of her sound, but they made sure that they had their own sound too. So I think that for them to be able to find themselves as artists too, I like how with her, she just did her thing, and she wanted to, you know, she just spiced it up a little bit. She didn't have to be so out there, and whether she was naturally beautiful, she was naturally talented, she can sing, she had that more like that badass street edge kind of thing. So she really worked on her artistry, and I like that she was able to kind of make it, you know, relatable, and then make it more fun, and make it more like, oh wow, this, I haven't seen this kind of artist before. But I like how even her stage presence, you know, even I was watching some of her live performances, and I was like, wow, I was seeing her really sing and dance at the same time, and I was like, wow, this woman really shut the stage down when it came to her performances. Millions of people, they came out to see her, you know, and watching, especially with this picture right here, the iconic outfit, the purple glitzy glitter outfit. She really, I think this was pretty much, I think that performance, it was one of her last live performances of her concert. So yeah, she really, like I said, she was pretty much popular. She was everywhere. Her fans really were on a journey with her, and they were able to really interact with her, and they kind of saw how she kind of was like a little bit, she just really showcased her ability to really put on the stage. Because you know, sometimes with some artists, I know she was like really bubbly and she had that edge to it, but when she got on the stage, you know, it was like a whole new aura, a whole new persona. She just had so much of that like real talent. So Selena Quintanilla, she pretty much was such a badass, and I think that what's really amazing is that how she was able to really make an impact on, you know, today's entertainers. And even like I said, you know, with the way how she was able to really carry herself and really have that embodiment of a stage performer, you know, doing music. So she really killed it. And I hate that, like I said, she didn't really get a chance to really do more performances and really go, you know, all the way. Because it's, like I said, her story is amazing, but it's heartbreaking, because I'm not gonna, like I said, I say this, I'm really pissed off to this day, because I feel like looking back at her story, it was kind of like that. This woman basically had worked hard, and she just had some envy people, and, you know, unfortunately, like I said, you know, it cost her life. But her fans were gonna continue to rock till the wheels fall off. But even after her passing, you know, I know this movie that was done years ago, Jennifer Lopez, she played her as the role she portrayed Selena, and I thought it was really interesting that Jennifer Lopez, she was able to play her. Now, I've watched the movie when I was a little girl. I've seen clips of it. I've seen how she did a pretty good job in the role. But one day I got to watch the whole movie again since I'm older from start to finish, because I feel like even with like Jennifer Lopez and her acting skills, I really do like Jennifer Lopez. I like her as an entertainer. She can come on stage. She can really sing. She can dance. And she can really, I can see her influence from Selena, but it's J-Lo too, so J-Lo is J-Lo, Selena. But I love how it was a story how some people, they felt like Jennifer Lopez didn't really fit the role she didn't really portray Selena as well, because J-Lo is Puerto Rican. I think J-Lo is Puerto Rican. Selena was Mexican. So there was some like tick attack, like the critics were like back then, it was like, oh well, some of the Hispanic community was like, oh well, J-Lo can't play Selena because she's Puerto Rican and Selena was Mexican. But Selena's family, they gave Jennifer Lopez the opportunity to play Selena, to play their daughter, their sister. So that was cool, their wife. So that was really nice for J-Lo to really break into the acting scene, and this really gave J-Lo the opportunity for people to know who she is, especially as a woman in the Latino world, in the Latin world. So Jennifer Lopez, she shut it hands down. She shut it hands down, and I think this is great for, even like I said, even throughout the years, Selena has really a huge impact that she's made in the pop culture world. I think people really have appreciated her throughout the years, and I think it's cool for like people to even if you're not a huge Selena fan, you can still watch some of her live performances. I recommend watch her popular live performances and watch her interviews and how she really carried herself. She wasn't the kind of person like, she was humble, she really had that badass mentality. She knew what she wanted to do with her music, and that's a great thing. She had more of that creative control. She really worked for it. She really had that real natural talent and that natural stage presence. And I know recently there has been another it's on Netflix and people have been talking about it. There's the series, Selena series, that has premiered on Netflix. I've never got a chance to watch it. I have seen the previews and I've seen the clips on television. I've heard pretty good reviews of the series, and I think people did start to really latch on to like Selena and her career and legacy. So it's another actress that's playing her. I will write it down in the comment box, but I heard it's doing well, pretty good. And even like I said, it's another thing too, even she called a little bit of heat because people were curious again. They kind of felt like, oh wow, it's Selena, and yes, we understand it's Selena. This is Selena we're talking about, but I kind of feel like people kind of nitpick too much, so give people a chance. But like I said, I have to listen to her. I have to watch the Netflix series. Now this series is more like a series of like parts where people can watch the beginnings of Selena's career and her family's music career and how they worked hard to really making the music, and even some of the behind the scenes stuff that we may have never heard of. So that's a great way for like fans to really tap into that. And I think that even with like I said, her being able to really capitalize off of what she did do while she was living, I like how even her family today, they always have said, yeah, she was so kind, she was sweet, she helped a lot of people out. She wasn't the kind of person that was just an a-hole. She really thought about people, and she really wanted to represent her culture well, which is commendable. And I know, like I said, Selena fans, we've been through it, so we know how it felt when she passed on, because it was really sad that, how she passed on, which, was very tragic. But I feel like she still, it's her spirit lives through on in her music. She was able to really still carry out her legacy regardless of her passing. But her family have always said, yeah, she was nice, she loved her fans, she really loved music. And this is what I love about artists. When they love music, they know what they want to do with it, they're going to take control. So I love how she really she turned up some heat. She really was kicking ass But yeah, I will tune into the Netflix series. I think that will help me have an open my eyes to see more of, like, Selena at, the beginning stages of her career, up until, like I said, she was getting more opportunity, and how her family, the dynamic of her family sticking together, working hard, don't let nobody get in the way, because her family has always been a huge vessel part of her life too as well. The shout out to the Quintanilla family, of course. You are a part of her legacy as well, because I like, other people making a contribution to other people as well. I feel like it's a lot that goes on, but yeah, they all are. But yeah, I'm gonna check it out. So I will. So I'll see. I can watch on Netflix. But yeah. So here are my final conclusions to Selena Quintanilla. I had to say this. Check my Instagram, because I did a painting on her. Check my Instagram. It's Get This Sense 92. Get This Sense _92. Go hit that link on my YouTube banner page with Aaliyah Baby Girl on. So that's where it's at. I just the portrait of Selena, and even when I was painting Selena, I really felt her spirit. And I love when I do my art about people and portraits of people, that famous people. I love that I get to really get into, like, who they are and tap into, like, who they were or are. And I feel like as a fan, that gave me more closure, and that made me appreciate her a lot, because Selena in the Latin community, you talk about Selena, we gonna drag you. Yeah, just Selena fans, we dragging. Just like how I drag my other faves, we will drag you, because Selena was just everything, the epitome of real talent, the epitome of, like, being able to connect with people through her music, and how beautiful and gorgeous she was on the inside and on the outside. So with that being said, I feel like even now, I just think that, Selena, I really think Selena still would have been successful. Of course she still would have been successful. She probably most likely would have continued with her business ventures, because she did open up a few boutiques. She did that, the fashion industry, and also she did a lot behind the scenes, like giving back to people, helping her community and stuff like that. She would have still, and I feel like she would have been, like, doing more albums, getting more into, like, the fashion industry, and also bringing back into her hometown, bringing back to, like, the Latin culture and music. Because I feel like Selena, the way how she carried herself and the way, the kind of mentality she had, she was about humanitarian. She was about, like, the arts and culture. But you already know Selena. We will always love Selena. And I feel like I want to do this appreciation video, and really talk about her legacy. So with that being said, I feel like, yeah, Selena, she'll always have a place in our hearts and music. Her impact, her influence in, pop culture and in the Latin culture of music and entertainment world. So of course, our girl, she'll always be great. She's a legend, period, and one of the best. So Selena Quintanilla fans, please share your thoughts and your opinions. Any other people, let's join in the conversation. Let's join in the discussion. How do you guys feel about Selena? Do you have any favorite Selena songs? What do you guys think about Selena if she was here today? What do you think where she would be in her music career? Also, talk about, if anything, how do you guys feel how she came from humble beginnings, and how she was able to really, really push through the various music. So with that being said, that's all I have to say. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So with that being said, you guys know the drill. Stay tuned. Next episode, Get Sense 92. Like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. As always, stay tuned on the next episode, Get Sense 92. Dragon Ball Z narrative reference. Peace. Everybody goes, that's out. The Super Saiyans out.